And now I would like to invite the two chairs to come to forward and ink their signature on the seat documents. And of course, the panel has to initiate. Okay. All panels.
I'm going na siya. Can you see it? Okay, very good. They're signing. Alit mo ikli lang to. Dito natin.
Oops, sorry.
Do this, come on. Forget the hilo.
Dapat yung panel nasa likod. Yung panel member.
Story. No?
Come on.
Ready, let's go. Iya, yung nasasaksihan nyo ang pagpirmahan ng Cabinet ng Moro Islamic Liberation Front doon sa Annex on Normalization and Addendum and Modalities sa historic science na pagkakataon para sa ating bansa dahil pagkatapos ng maraming taon na tumaan ng apat na presidente ay pumirma na ang ating pamahalaan ng Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Ang detalye ng Annex on Normalization ang lalaman nito yung decommissioning o yung sinabi ng Chief Negotiator mga kapal na hindi na pag-annex ng armas na pwersa ng MILF. Bukod dito ay lalaman nito yung paglalansad ng mga private armies doon sa mga teritoryo ng Bangsamoro. Bukod dyan sa normalization ay natapos din nila pinipirmahan sa kasalukuyan yung addendum ng Bangsamoro Waters. Lalaman nito yung saklaw ng Bangsamoro government sa mga karagatan at municipal water na nasa kanilang mga teritoryo. At ayon sa pop-up ay imbitado, ayon sa pagkabilang panig ay imbitado ang lahat ng mga stakeholders na makapag-participate sa elections sa 2016 para bumuo ng assembly na mag-i-election ng kanilang chief minister. Ang next step nila ay sa Congress na muna. Kailangan nila magpasa ng basic law at isusumit ito sa isang referendum of leadership na natin yung pag-release nito at pag nag-approve sila doon ay tatayo ang Bangsamoro Transitional Authority na later on the Bangsamoro. Ang nakapagdating na ang ating Malaysian facilitator banker at saka nasa nakaliwa naman niya ito si MILF Chief Negotiator para sa kanan siya Chief Negotiator Miriam Coronel.
I think that has to be
Yes. Yeah, ano? Okay naman? Nakita nyo naman. Okay, very good. Bye. Bye.
Naman lang po ng nag-detalye lang ako dito. Kamay-kamay, kumikirma. Oo. Ay, solo-solo na lang ako.
Magkakamay kung ganyan.
Yan, dapat kanina nandiyo sila na nagpipirmahan.
Nga, wala sa gitna.
Oo, we're open. Yan. Okay, thank you.
Our champions in politics. No. The other one. They will come.
They cannot ask questions on the floor.
They will depend. His Excellency Thank you will go to the floor.
That's not is allowed. The expansion of this is not allowed.
Ay, pakimute lang, baka mamiss mo. Yung mga significant
Bother talaga ako. All the things.
Kayong ma-explain ka sa kanila. Kasi
ako na yung reaction.
naninigyan yan sa akin. Hindi kami inina.
Kasi may isa pa. Wala pa sila mga yan. Wala pa sa yung mga pinarito. Last week, first page.
Front page lang siya. Front page lang.
Pwede okay po yan.
All pages pa.
Kompleto. Kapag nag-exchange.
Congratulations to the chairs. They have signed the document. Once again, congratulations to the people and the governments of the Philippines and to the Moro Islamic Liberation Front for the conclusion of all the annexes. Now, we open the session to the questions. Any question?
Statements mo.
Okay.
Hi sir, good afternoon. I'm Joseph from
Please identify yourself.
Yes sir, I'm Joseph Moro from the Philippines. Congratulations to you and on both panels. Can we ask Chairman Iqbal and Chair Ferrer what it means? Mr. Iqbal? Chair? Sir, magandang hapon po. Sir, I'm here on your right. Sir, sir, can you tell us what this means to you personally and to the MILF in the context of your struggle before?
The importance of this document, as well as other documents that we have signed with our good counterpart, Professor Miriam Ferrer, Coronel, representing the government of the Republic of the Philippines, is more for my people. I am just incidental that I happen to be the chair of the MILF panel. Everything is dedicated for my people.
Okay, Chairman.
We all know that what we are addressing is a historical conflict, and to that extent, this moment of completing all the annexes that we have committed to complete as part of the framework agreement, and the totality that will comprise the comprehensive agreement of the Bangsamoro also stands as a landmark on which to build the future Bangsamoro. A future where we hope that all the dreams and aspirations for peace and development, not only of the people of the Bangsamoro, in the Bangsamoro, in Mindanao, but certainly of the whole country. So basically, it marks the beginning, the end of a process, which is the formal negotiations, the effective end, of course, with some more finishing touches here and there that will be necessary, but it also marks the beginning of the bigger challenge ahead, which is the bigger challenge of implementation. We are committed to maintaining the integrity of this process from the negotiation onwards to the implementation process.
I'm from NHK, Japan. Sir, on the normalization annex, how much arms will be put beyond use for the side of the MILF, and for the redeployment of government forces? How many troops are we talking about in which areas? And for the dismantling of armed groups, what is the time frame, and have we identified the armed groups and how many?
All the agreements are all substantive and very important and very, very hard. But the issue of normalization is the most sensitive, emotional, and as far as I know, it entails a lot of sacrifices on the part of the MILF, because to pay for peace, real peace in Mindanao, we have to decommission our forces and put them beyond use. As to the number of combatants that are involved in the decommissioning process, it's part of the verification and validation which will be undertaken by the independent decommissioning body. We have not discussed yet that figure.
The matter of decommissioning is part of a total package and is part and parcel of the roadmap that we have set out to do. And you will find that, as you are aware, we already have the roadmap signed under the first annex, and therefore, in terms of scheduling, we have several activities lined up addressing all the different components, security, socio-economic, transitional justice and reconciliation, as well as the political and legislative process that will have to be done in order to complete the whole agreement. So it's going to be part and parcel of that roadmap. And that roadmap, the main target is to be able to substantially complete everything by the end of this administration in 2016.
Which areas for the redeployment of the government forces? Which areas and how many troops will be pulled out?
There will be certain criteria and processes and mechanisms that will be put in place as part of the implementation that we have agreed on. You will see some of the details in the annex, but certainly it's part of a general scheme that we have all agreed on, and there will be benchmarks to be able to evaluate that. There will be criteria as well as processes and consultations that will be undertaken.
The private armed groups, have they identified and identify them, and how many, and time frame?
Well, you realize not all of these details will have to go into the document that we are signing. In the document, there are general principles, there are general commitments, some measure of some benchmarks as well as mechanisms that will be put in place, but all of these are operational questions that will have to be addressed as we move on towards the implementation phase.
Next. Yeah.
Sir Nico Dizon from Inquirer, when do we expect the comprehensive agreement to be signed? This will be in Manila, right?
Everybody and I want it to be very soon. Even tomorrow if possible. But as to the venue, we have not yet discussed the venue of the signing.
Do you have a preference?
I do not make preference because any choice of venue would be the result of a bilateral discussion.
The level of signatories, or with the president? What's the level of signatories?
The president does not sign the document in behalf of the government. It's going to be signed by the members of the panel.
Next. Somebody else. Yeah.
To Chair Iqbal, now that the Annex on Normalization has been signed, what's going to happen to the MILF after this?
There will be no surrender. There is no element of surrender. There will be no destruction of firearms. It merely says that the combatants, especially the firearms, are put beyond use. How to define putting beyond use is still the subject of the assignment of the independent commissioning body.
Just an addition, I think the process calls for a gradual and phased process. So upon the signing, of course, we cannot expect that we have a complete change in the situation. Everything will have to go through a gradual and phased process.
Have you decided on who the members of the independent decommissioning body will be?
Not yet.
Sure.
The Annex provides for the composition of the IDB. It will be composed of both local and international experts, but the details will be found in the Annex.
You have mentioned what's ahead, mostly operational details. Do you foresee other major challenges to this peace deal, or would you say today the final challenge, so to say, has been overcome?
Please. And what yourself?
My name is Julia from AFP.
From A to Z, it has been full of challenges. But with the cooperation and determination of all the parties, including the facilitating country and His Excellency, I think no obstacles would stand in the way. Inshallah.
There's no other letter to add after letter C, so I can only agree with what my counterpart has said.
Yeah.
Sir, can we go to the addendum on the Bangsamoro Waters? Can you just briefly lay out what was agreed upon in terms of the jurisdiction of the Bangsamoro government?
I think I would request the reporter to please read the addendum on Bangsamoro Waters.
Once I have the copy, sir, which I'm excited to get. But in principle, you are happy with what you've achieved as far as that matter is concerned?
More than happy.
Does the coverage of Bangsamoro Waters include portions of the Luzon Sea? And I'd like to know...
Can you stand up? I can't see you.
Yeah, coverage of the Bangsamoro Waters. Does that include the Luzon Seas?
I am not aware of any Luzon Sea.
Just one last. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself earlier. I'm Angela Kasawa.
But I love the flow because you are in front.
Oh, okay. Earlier we were speaking about the challenges, but what was the most difficult part of this round of talks, including the Bangsamoro Waters issue as well as the normalization?
The most difficult challenge part of this round is for these two annexes.
I think the most difficult part of the negotiation on the Bangsamoro Waters is convincing our counterpart to agree with us.
Thankfully, we agreed with each other. But certainly, I think you are aware that we did hold an executive session first week of January where we were able to sort out most of the differences, and that probably partly explains the level of anticipation that we had for this round, that we will be able to complete the these two documents, and here we are. Now we have signed the two documents.
I just like to add one thing, that each of the annexes are the agreements, and it is not difficult. It's a very difficult process. It took us 1 year plus to complete all those annexes, because it's about 4 agreements that we signed within last 1 year, 3 months. So, please.
I'm Sharon Ardilias of Mindanao. Government has been saying that it will only sign an agreement that it can implement. As far as normalization is concerned, what is the timeline? Is it up to June 30, 2016, the phasing that you're referring to? Because normalization usually takes a long time, right?
That's true. It takes a long time. We have targets, but as always, we are flexible. But the difference between now and 2016 is that by 2016, you will have the regular institutions in place. They would have been fully instituted, which means that if there are other elements that would need to be implemented beyond 2016, much of the work would have to be done by the regular institutions.
Sir, Dato Teku, with Malaysia having brokered the peace deal and we've reached this point, how would this translate to the Malaysia and Philippine relations, sir?
First, I'm very proud to be part of the process because I witnessed in 1986 the People's Power, and now I'm part of the process of a very classic autonomous and peace process building. I'm very proud of it.
Chairman Iqbal and Professor Ferrer, moving forward with regard to the BTA, I understand you're going to set this up before the elections in the 2016, no? Is it agreed upon, or is this a given that MILF will be its temporary chief minister, the BTA?
The roadmap already provides for that process, the general parameters, but the details will have to be provided in the transitory provisions of the Bangsamoro Basic Law, the draft of which the Transition Commission is now working on, and this shall be submitted to Congress, and Congress will also, of course, have to go through the process of legislating the document, of legislation, yes.
The easiest way to answer that question is just to copy the answer of mine.
Can I rephrase that question? Would you like to head the BTA before we transition to 2016?
I mean the MILF for you or whoever.
You mean heading?
Head the BTA, sir, before we go to the actual Bangsamoro.
No, I don't have any ambition towards that.
But MILF as a group?
Of course, it is MILF-led. In the Transitional Arrangements and Modalities, it is clearly stated that the BTA is MILF-led. But as to the other details, I cannot give any other details at this point in time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything from this side? No more? No. Okay.
Datu, we know this is not over until we sign the exit agreement. So just to be clear about it, what would be Malaysia's role from now until we sign the exit agreement?
We have always been invited to the process. If there's an invitation, we already be there. And the panel, I think you have to read all the documents. It is all in that documents. But what I have to stress here is Malaysia has been invited, and we will continue to welcome all the invitations from our leaders.
Was there a point in this round that Chairman Ferrer and Chairman Iqbal had to go back to their principals to confer? Was there a point in this negotiation? Just to describe that, we just want to have an idea of what part was the difficult part that you had to confer with your principals.
I think the whole process is a difficult process. The whole process has been worked out with the principal. It's not just negotiating. I know here it is a principal who decide. They are just the messenger. Can I say that? Can I say that? Principal here means everybody, the stakeholders. Next. So thank you very much. If you don't have anything, first I would like to thank the media for the indulgence. I know you've been here from 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, because this is not an easy process. But at least we're trying to get in time. Once again, thank you very much. So to the parties, once again, congratulations. Thank you.
First annex, it was agreed in February 2013. Now, nakalagay doon MILF MPA. First annex. The second annex, which was wealth sharing, July. As third annex, December.